respected Mahasangha, respected pastors, our venerable, our reverends, and our faith leaders, and hello everyone. Today, stand right here in this holy place. It is overwhelmed for us. Right behind me right now, we have all faith leaders. And in front of you all, you can see all religions leaders here together for the same mission, peace. This is the first time to me that we are working together, we are walking together on this path to find peace for ourselves, to share that to our nation and the world. For me, this is the moment where I'll be remembered for the rest of my life. And I hope you do the same. Peace is something that we've been looking for so long. Peace is something that we are seeking for so many years, and yet we still not find it. We cannot find it. It's been with us. It never left us. It's just that we cannot see it. You have locked it and put them in the box, and you have left it somewhere. You've forgotten it. We are not walking from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. to bring you any peace, but to raise the awareness of peace so that you can unlock that box and free it. Let peace bloom and flourish among all of us throughout this nation and the world, so that this world can become the better place for all beings to live. And of course, to free peace, to unlock that box, we're supposed to have a key, and we must have that key to unlock it. And that key is mindfulness. It's not about Buddhism. Mindfulness is for all beings. Mindfulness is within our breath. We live with each and every breath going in and out. Without this breath, we die. So mindfulness within our breath is for all human beings. It's because this is something that we naturally have since we born into our mother's womb. And for that reason, we must practice mindfulness. It's very simple. All we need to do is just come back within. This is the moment in front of me. I see thousands and thousands of people here, that you actually let go of everything to come here to join this mission together. This is the moment where you slow down, the moment where you stop from doing everything else, just for one thing together here, peace. Therefore, we wouldn't want to waste our time and our energy coming out here and then going home with sadness and anxiety, stress. Instead, we should come home with joy and peace. To do that, let us all do one thing together. Let's put our left hand over our heart, the right hand on top of our left hand, by your chest, by your heart. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. And one more. Now feel in each and every heartbeat within your heart. Feel it. Be mindful on each and every beat. Pay fully attention to it. Sound is just a sound. Acknowledge that sound as sound, 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 to remind us to come back within, to feel our heartbeat. Stay focused. Thank you. How you feel? Relax. How many of us can feel our heartbeat? I hope you are. Without feeling your heartbeat, there's a problem. Now that we had a chance to come back within, to look at our heart, to feel it, this is a time where you give yourself some love. That inner child has been crying and asking for help for so long, and yet we still abandon it, ignoring it. This is the moment, this is the time where we had some moments, a minute to come back, to feel that inner child, give it some love. We've been taking care of this outer body, which is this physical body, for a lot too much, way too much, while our inner body is crying every single day, asking for help, and it's shrinking every day, which is our mind. It's keep on shrinking and shrinking, while this body is growing and growing. For that reason, we suffer. For that reason, we barely have a moment for ourselves, because we are way too busy chasing the things outside, way too busy chasing the materials and the outside world. We have one thing, we want more things. When we have more things, we want a lot more on top of that. And that is why we spin in with the world. We spin ourselves. When we are not mindful, anything happen, anything the world throw into us, we suffer, we react. When you react, within that heart, you cannot feel those heartbeat, but instead, you feel burning. That heart is burning up. The heat is rising from the chest, from our chest, going up to the top of our head. And we let it burn it all. We let it burn all. Whatever we have, we burn it all, because of that anger and hatred. And everything start out just a single word from the strangers, or a single word from our family members and our loved ones or our friends. Just one thing, one minor thing could trigger us, and then we jump, and then we burn ourselves. Human beings, we deserve better. We don't have to go through all this, even though it's the nature of this world. The nature of our mind is always heading out there and collect everything to our mind and record it, keep it in there just like a hard drive. Anything we key into that keyboard is recorded into the hard drive. Our mind is the same. Anything you talk, anything you see, you hear, you taste, you smell, you touch, is recorded deeply into our mind. And we live with all those every single day. And thoughts, it will always popping up. It's rising and rising every second. Within 1 second, there's millions and millions of thoughts popping up. It's just that we cannot catch it. Because our monkey mind is ready to jump. What is a monkey mind? The monkey mind is when our thoughts pop up, we jump right to it. We chase after it. The monkey cannot stay at one place. The habit is to jump here and there, go here and there, grab this and that. Just like the monkey go into the coin field, grab all those coins, and then when the monkey got out of that field, the whole field are damaged, but only 1 or 2 coins on his hand. Our mind is the same. We collect everything outside, from the outside, surround us. We collect all those, and at the end, we only hold sufferings. Nothing else. Happiness, peace, is something that is just temporary feeling that we ever have. And of course, our family members, our friends, our loved one always bring us some gifts, something to make us happy, and all those are just temporary. While peace is something that you can practice to have it the longest time, if you know how to manage your emotion and your feelings. It comes to the mindfulness practicing again. Earlier when we practiced to feel our heartbeat, I didn't guide you all to practice on the breathing, but instead the heartbeat. We can feel each and every heartbeat if we pay full attention to it. Is that right? While we are feeling our heartbeat, how many of us can stay focused within that heartbeat without the mind wandering around? Please raise your hand. Okay, there's only less than 10 people out of thousands of people here, right? Do you know why? That's the mind, the monkey. That's the monkey when we just stay focused here, but that sound out there is pulling us off track. Anything that we encounter today, in the mornings up until now, is pulling us off track. Anything that is strong within our thought is pulling us off track. While you're feeling your heartbeat, this concentration is not strong enough yet. When it's not strong enough, anything else out there stronger, it will pull our mind off from this. That is why we still cannot stay focused within our heartbeat. But imagine, if we practice every day to feel our heartbeat, if we practice every day to see our breath going in and out with mindfulness, with awareness, how wonderful our life is. It's because of unmindful, that is why we always react the way we react. When somebody says something, we react right away, and that is when we suffer. And to be honest with you, toxic people a lot out there. And the more you react, the more they love it. When you react, they love it. They will go to the next person and do the same thing. And they go enjoy their life while we stand there and cry and then suffer. So don't react. If you keep on reacting, your life will go back to the old days and we going to suffer until we die. There's a lot of things better for us to do. A lot of things that is much more, is way better for us to do, which is do something for ourselves, to love yourself more. When you love yourself means you will not put yourself in danger. You will not say something that is hurtful to the others and yourself. You will not do something that is hurtful to the others and yourself. That is how you love yourself. That is how you protect yourself from dangers. And so, if we cannot practice mindfulness, I promise you, peace and happiness is something that is just temporary moment. It will come and go just like the wind. But if you're willing to practice mindfulness, to feel it, or to see your breath, if you can stay focused like that every single day, each and every day will be a peaceful day for you. And peace is something that is not coming from the outside world. It's inside. Inside of us we have our own world. And that world is the world we need to create peace. And we need to live at peace. Inside of this world, we have all kind of wild animals. Those wild animals will eat us up at any time. And it could eat the whole world up. Right? Just within one thought, unmindful, within one unwholesome thought, we could ruin our life, we could damage a lot of things out there. Luckily, I have the thought, walk for peace. That is why we've been walking for 108 days. Sometimes I question myself. Sometimes I question myself like this. Imagine if I have some other thoughts that is not wholesome. How is it gonna turn out? I could bring a lot of tears to the people and to myself. And so I'm so grateful that I practice mindfulness enough for me to stop all those unmindful thoughts and carry on this mindful thought to walk for peace, to bring some joy to the people who I meet along the way. And today, in front of us here, thousands and thousands of people, and there are millions of people watching online as well. So I'm very grateful. And for that reason, I thank you all for all the love, hospitality, and your support to come out for this mission, to walk with us for the rest of our life. This is something that a practice that we need to walk every single day. Without walking on our path, peace will not come with us. Remember, the key that I talked about earlier is the mindfulness key. All you need to do is just practice mindfulness to unlock that box where you have kept peace and happiness inside and locked it up and then left it somewhere. Now it's your job, it's your duty to unlock it, find it, unlock it. You're the only one who can do this. Not the venerable monks, not the reverends, nor anybody else but you. Each and every single one of us, we have our own path. And please remember, don't expect our path to be smooth and flat. It's always going to be challenge, obstacle, roller coaster road. That is how it makes you different from the others. Practicing mindfulness, you have to put some effort into it. In order for you to come out here this morning, you have to put a lot of effort, right? with one thought first, isn't it? We have a thought, oh, I'm gonna come out to support this walk for peace, to join it together. With that one thought, and this morning you prepare yourself, drive yourself out there and find a parking space, which is very difficult. And now we've been here trying to find a spot to stand, right? All those are effort. Same thing if you want to practice mindfulness. You have to put some effort. Let's say we live in this world for 50 years. Now we want to change ourselves, now we train ourselves again to go back, to be mindful. We need to have some time for it. It cannot be 5 days, of course, right? Because within that 50 years we have encountered, we have recorded, and then we have trained ourselves to have so many bad habits already. Way too many. And now if we want to clean it, if we want to purify it, it could take some time. At least 7 days if you are clever. If you are your wisdom arise, if you're clever enough, within 7 days you could see it. If not, 7 months. If not, 7 years. If you have to spend the rest of your life to practice this, it's also okay. Nothing wrong with it. But at least you still practice. Because every step you make, that counts. Just like us, when we walk from fourth ward to here, every single step is a mindful step. That is how we raise the awareness of peace. We are not just walk for a walk, but we walk with mindfulness. I focus on my breath every single step that I make. And it's been 108 days. We will continue this walk. This walk will not end here. Remember that. We have to walk until we die. That is how peace stays with us. And so now, the key, the last message. Every day, when we wake up, please remember, don't touch your phone. I don't want to say you love her anymore, but please don't touch your phone when you wake up in the morning. This is a must. This is a way to train yourself. Every time when you touch your phone, your mind starts wandering. So don't touch your phone in the morning when you wake up. Instead, make your bed nice and neat. Go to the bathroom. Still no phone. Do your thing. Come out. Get a piece of paper and a pen. Write down the statement. Say, today is going to be my peaceful day. Remember, always have to have a pen and a piece of paper to write that down. Even you already memorize it. I have talked about it for the last 108 days. So, even if you already memorize it, you still need to have a paper and a pen to write it. When your hand pairing with your mind, it makes a big difference. Write that down while our mind is thinking about those words, our hand is writing it down. After that, read it over and over with our eyes. When our eye is pairing with the mind, it makes a difference. We train ourselves to stay focused, remember? So concentrate on those words that you have writing on that paper. Focus on it, read it over and over. And then finally, read it out loud with our mouth. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Tell the universe that today is going to be my peaceful day so that no one in this world can mess it up except ourselves. Remember, there will be no one in this universe can mess your days up except yourself. If you don't let them. Back to reaction. When you react to anything, that is how you mess your days up. If you stay calm and cool, if you react but with kindness, that is different. If you want to react, that's fine. You could react. but only with kindness. May you be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Give them a smile, walk away. That's the only way we should react. Other than that, if you react with anger, hate, you ruin your day and you'll be suffering again. So tell the universe that, let us all tell that the universe the same message together after I count to 3, okay? Today is going to be my peaceful day. Make it loud and clear. 1, 2, 3. One more time. One last time. Wow. You hear that? Imagine all the human beings in this world doing the same thing, just one simple method every morning. Like I already said, in the morning when our mind is still fresh and pure, if we don't give our mind a job to do, it will pick up all the trash to chew it over and over. Trash means all those old habits, bad habits, all those undesirable things, all those sadness in our life. Those thoughts will popping up one after another. Then is when you're overwhelmed with thought and you feel depression. So before you pick up all those trash, because they are not usable, so that's why I call trash. Before our mind is acting up that way, we give our mind a job to do, which is a peace message. All the people are doing the same thing. Imagine that voice, that sound, that energy spread all over this universe. What is going to happen? Peace. The world will be at peace. This is the power of together. Not just the venerable monks. We alone cannot do this. No one in this world could do that. But in all of us, all the human beings, practicing mindfulness every day, practice this every day, spread only that message, loving kindness, compassion, and peace to the universe, instead of hate and anger and greedy and delusion, all kind. This world will turn into a better place for all of us to live. May you be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Please be mindful on each and every step you make, either backward or forward, starting from this point. And when you go home, please practice mindfulness so that we can have peace for ourselves and our family. Thank you so much, everyone.
Friends, I'm going to ask Kimberly Bassett to come forward, the Secretary of DC, who has something to present from the Mayor to the Venerable Monks. Then, my friends, there are so many of you out here. We know that you cannot all fit within the cathedral. So following the presentation from the Secretary, the faith leaders and the Venerable Monks will be going into the cathedral for a chance to talk interfaith commonalities and the things that we share. The monks will come back out and continue on their journey shortly. And we are honored to have you here at this house of prayer for all people. Madam Secretary.
Hi everyone, let's clap for the sunshine. Dear friends, as he mentioned, I'm Kimberly Bassett, Secretary of State for the District of Columbia, and it's truly an honor to be here at the beautiful Washington National Cathedral. On behalf of Mayor Bowser and the more than 700,000 residents of Washington, D.C., we welcome you, we thank you. Today may mark the end of a 2,300-mile walk, but it's not the end of our journey for peace. Your pilgrimage has brought people together across cities, states, and communities, all faiths, all backgrounds, all of us together, united in the shared belief that we can choose healing over harm, understanding over division, and peace over conflict. Your every step carried a message, and that message now lives here with all of us. In Mayor Bowser's administration, we say, we are DC. And today that means standing together in unity, in healing, and in peace. So on behalf of Mayor Bowser, it is my privilege to present this proclamation in honor of your extraordinary journey in the spirit of compassion that you've carried every mile. I vow to practice peace every day. Thank you.
Got it?
The time is short, but we will have some question and answer, a little bit of conversation as best we can with a crowd of this size. So please be patient. We will have two people who will have microphones, be walking around for the faith leaders if they have something they'd like to say briefly, a question to ask. But first, I'd like to introduce the Bishop of the Diocese of Washington, the Right Reverend Mary Ann Blanton. Bishop.
I echo everything Dean Holler said about the beauty of this moment. And I also want to especially greet all of you, our interfaith friends and siblings of one human family. And it is such a privilege for us to gather in a spirit of humility and the opportunity to learn from one another. Thank you. Thank you for gracing us with the power of your message and your teachings.
Margaret, are you with the microphone nearby, or who has a question or a comment from our interfaith brothers and sisters or the venerable monks? Raise your hand. They're all practicing mindfulness. Please keep what you have to say brief.
Hi, thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, namaste. My question is, how do we reconcile the belief that we must be still, we must be at peace, with our duty to act in the name of justice? So how do we reconcile both our duty for justice and our belief of stillness?
Respected and Bhikkhu Bodhi, I would like to invite you up here.
Okay, so Venerable Panya Kara has requested me to answer that question. And I think it's a very extremely important question because in my opinion, in the situation that we are facing in this country and around the world, inner peace is certainly an essential requirement, but we also need justice. Because what we see taking place in this country right now I have to tell you, I'm 81 years old. I grew up during the period of the 1960s, when we had the civil rights movement, 1964, 65, voting rights, civil rights. Wow, the country is opening up, losing its heritage of racism and discrimination. The anti-war movement against the war in Vietnam, we're coming to an era of peace. Then early 1970s, the feminist movement, women's rights are coming to the front of our social consciousness. And now what are we facing? I have to say, sadly, it's almost a reign of terror, where people are being terrified. School children afraid to go to school from fear that they're going to be grabbed off the streets and sent to a prison or a detention camp. Workers afraid to go to work. Families being torn apart. So it seems that we have to balance this inner peace with what I call a strong commitment to conscientious compassion. That is compassion inspired by a sense of conscience, a responsibility for the welfare of all our fellow citizens, all the residents of this country, and indeed a universal compassion for all human beings around this world. And do we have a look at here? All sentient beings around the world. Yeah, so we have to combine the quest for inner peace with this conscientious commitment out of compassion to ensure justice and promote really the well-being, safety, and security of people who are in trouble and danger. But I'm just a stupid mom, so I don't really know very much.
More questions? Please raise your hand.
Hello, on behalf of the United Tribes, we have a question. What is your message for our children and our next 7 generations?
Children, for me in this world, not just the United States, but I think we lead our children to a different path already. It's because we live in this world dependent on technologies too much. Way too much. Look around us in our family. A child will have an iPad, iPhone, smart tab, things like that. The more they use it, the more they'll be sidetracked because a lot of distractions around on social media, on the internet and everything. And like us, I talked about earlier, the phone is always a problem because we depend on it too much. Imagine how many phone numbers we remember back then. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, how many phone numbers we were able to memorize? The whole phone book? Probably. How about now? How many phone numbers have we actually memorized by heart? Probably 3, 4, 5 phone numbers. So what is the problem? I believe it's because we depend on technology. Back then, you have to dial the number within our head. We have to use the head. Say the number and we dial it by hand. Now, tap, tap, tap. Nikki, Ken, just put the letter N and K will show up everything and then we just dial. We lose in our memories each and every time. And that is how we train our children to go on the same path. And sadly, for me, my point of view, and what I can see, our future generation will have a big problem. So in order for us to change our future generation, we have to start, become a role model for our kids from now. Stay away from the phone as much as possible. There's nothing wrong with the phone. Nothing wrong with it, don't get me wrong. It's just that we depend on it and we use it way too much. Versus before we didn't even have one, we still survived. And now probably we could not survive if we don't have one. Imagine if there's internet outage. We're gonna call the internet company and complain all day long because of no internet. We could not survive. It's very difficult for us. So dependent on technologies is going to kill us. Our brain, our mind is shrinking every day. Back then we can use our head to calculate and map. How about now? We have to use a calculator, we have to use a phone to calculate a very simple map. Just that alone, we are leading our children to a very, very wrong direction. So if we could, starting from here on, we need to train our children again, not to depend on technologies too much. Thank you.
My question is simple. How do we become more intentional about morality?
More morality. Well, for us as a Buddhist monk, we practice mindfulness every day. Like I mentioned about it, if we are mindful enough, we know what we should and what we shouldn't do. Without mindfulness, we could commit into a lot of things. Right? So we always have to train ourselves to have mindfulness, to be aware of everything happening around us, what's popping up in our head. The more we stay focused and aware, the better we are. And mindfulness is the answer, the key that we need to practice. To be honest with all of us here, mindfulness is missing. And people been living without mindfulness. It's very tough for all of us. We missed out mindfulness. Because of unmindful, we have done a lot of things. All the things that happen is around us is also because of unmindful. So we need to train ourselves to be mindful, to know what we should and what we shouldn't do. Thank you.
Your response to Christian nationalism, and say a word to all religions at this time, particularly Christians in this country.
For me, after 17 years of ordained, I respect all religions. And I'm very grateful to take on this journey to walk that far from Fort Worth, Texas to here. And I'm very grateful that all churches open the door to host us, to give us food, to give us a place to live, to stay overnight. And we are here in this beautiful church, and in this very holy place. So for me, I have never talked about religions, regardless of what they talk about Buddhism. And it doesn't matter to us what's it really doesn't matter to us what they say, what people say. But for us, when we practice, we respect all religions. Because to me, all religions teach people how to live, how to be a better person in this society, how to support society, and how to support this country, our country where we live in. And of course, earlier at the church, the pastor told me that there's over hundreds kids studying every day. Go to school there every day, and of course all churches, all places, all temple are also teaching our future generation to be a better person in this world. So for us to talk on behalf of all the religions, I don't have that knowledge. But I do have one thing that I share along the road. I said, we have different backgrounds, different beliefs, different religions we practice in every day. But after all that practicing, we go into the church, we go into the temple, all brethren, all pastors, all venerable monks, all gurus, all teachers are teaching people how to be good. But in common, after all that, we do have one religion in common, which is the religions of love and kindness, compassion and peace that we are seeking for every single day, we worshiping every single day, and that temple, that church is within our mind. So that is the answer that I could answer. I respect all religions, and now that we are in this church and out there so much, and right here so much faith leaders joining us, this world should be like this for me. It should be like this. There's no need to be separate or any division at all whatsoever. Thank you.
We have small tokens of our ministry here that we would like to present to you. I present to you a pin that represents the Episcopal Diocese of Washington, D.C.
And we have a pin of your visit to the cathedral.
I offer my heartfelt thanks to Bishop and all Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Jewish, Buddhist, monks, our teachers and teachers of our teachers, and Sikh, Baha'i, Indigenous, and Interfaith spiritual leaders who embrace our call and join the National Cathedral welcome on such a short notice. You opened your hearts and made this sacred place feel like home to everyone. When the George Washington University Center of Interfaith and Spiritual Life ran out of options to host these peaceful monks in this cold weather, we will never forget how you opened your doors of the cathedral. And of course, the Methodist Church and of its sanctuary to give the venerable monks moment, space and care. Hebrew 13:2 reminds us, do not neglect to show your hospitality to strangers, for by doing that some have entertained angels without knowing. You may wonder why Buddhist monks saying so. It teaches that hospitality is a sacred duty, and that when you welcome a stranger, you may be welcoming someone far more important than you realize. Just as Abraham welcomed angels, these monks and our beloved Aloka have shown us how peace, unity, mindfulness, and acceptance can be lived every day. I want to share a small story. When we told the Reverend we need a bigger hall for devotees to offer lunch, he said immediately, take the sanctuary. I hesitated and said, are you sure? People may spill drinks and you may have to wash all the cushions. Because I studied in a Catholic school, I know how sacred the sanctuary to you, all of you. His answer was simple but full of wisdom. He said, when a visitor comes to your house, you treat them the best way you can. We can clean after, welcoming them comes first. That small moment showed how deeply all of you prepared, cared, and stood together to welcome the monks. A sanctuary is not opened by one person alone. It opens only when the whole community shares the same generosity. The monks themselves walk not only 2,300 miles, but the monk profound path the Buddha taught, a path where even in the face of hardships, one holds no anger. The Buddha said, even if someone cuts you into two pieces, if you hold anger, you are not following my path. These monks embodied that teaching. Their gratitude shines in the story of Aloka, the humble dog who walked with them and received their boundless care. Their loving kindness was tested and proven after tragic accident on their journey, yet they continued walking with compassion. No bitterness. They showed the world what inner peace truly looked like. Hosting the Peace Walk monks in Washington, D.C. involved many moving pieces. Some well planned, some completely last minute. But all united by one intention, peace. On behalf of the Peace Walk Monks DC hosting team, I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience you may have experienced. Your patience and support carry this effort more than ever. May all you be well, peaceful and happy. May the blessings of this gathering continue to uplift our communities. May you all be well and happy. May this be our peaceful day. Thank you.
The venerable monks have more traveling to do. We'd like to keep them here for quite a while, but they need to get back on their journey. My brothers and sisters and siblings from faith community around the Washington, D.C. area, and for all of the venerable monks, we share so much in common. Our loving kindness, peacefulness, compassion are essential values of all of our faiths, and we should never ever forget that. And it is a great witness to have all of you here, and we need to stay connected to one another. So thank you. Thank you for being here. What we'll do first is we will invite the venerable monks to exit down the center aisle, and then we can all follow behind them if that suits. Thank you for coming and being here and giving of your time this day.